Well, one of my favorite shows that came out of my college years was the show Man of La Mancha. And just recently, my daughters and I got to see it at Stages. And so here are some of the pictures here. So the premise of Man of La Mancha is that this man, whose name is Miguel, and this takes place during the Spanish Inquisition during the 15th century. And this is where the church, because there's only one church, is rounding up people who are against the church, and they are going to cleanse everybody. And so a lot of people are thrown into prison. And so he is thrown into prison because he is doing radical things, like asking for the right way to do things, helping the poor, doing all those radical things that the church can't imagine doing, right? So he's thrown into this prison with all these other prisoners, and they immediately decide that they're going to strip him of all of his things. And one of the things that he has is a play. And the play is called Don Quixote, Man of La Mancha. And so he says, please don't destroy this. Please don't destroy this. Now, he's an odd fellow, very odd. And so these prisoners they're pretty hardcore, so they're not too sure about this guy. And he says, let me do this. Let me put on this play. So it's a play within a play. And at the end, you be the jurors, and you can decide my fate at the end. They're prisoners. What else are they going to do? So they say, sure, we'll go for it. And so he puts on this play. And so the one aspect of this play that I want to talk about is Don Quixote sees the world through a different set of lenses. He sees people as good. He is always fighting for the underdog. He is always about justice. And nobody else sees the world the way he does. And so he sees this one woman, which is the next slide, right? Her name is Aldanza, and she is a barmaid and she is a prostitute. But when he sees her, he is overcome with joy. And he says, oh, you are the Queen Dulcinea. And she looks at him and is like, are you kidding me? Look at me. Does this look like a queen? And the thing is, he does see what she really looks like. Except the point is, he sees who she is on the inside. He sees something she cannot see. And he keeps calling her his queen, Dulcinea, and he says, I am here to serve you. And she doesn't get it. She just doesn't get it. And he does this through the whole play. And finally, you begin to see that outer part of her crack. And she dares to let herself think, just maybe he sees something that I don't see. And so she does. She begins to see, well, maybe there is something more. Maybe there is something redeeming in me. But what happens when you change? The people around you don't always like it when you change, and the prisoners didn't like it when she started seeing herself in a new light. And so what happens is she, one night, is beaten and raped by the rest of the prisoners. And so the next day when Don Quixote sees her, he is just overwhelmed with disappointment and sadness as what has happened to his Dulcinea. And she says, see, this is what happens when you put dreams in people's minds. I am nothing but a barmaid, and how dare you give me a vision of something else. This is who I am, and why can't you see it? And yet he doesn't. He continues to see her as Dulcinea, this queen. And she just raises her hand and just waves him off. And at the end of the play, when the play is over, he says to the prisoners, so what do you think? Am I guilty? Because this is what or am I innocent? Because this is what I'm going to present to the Inquisition. And the prisoners look at him and they laugh and they said, you don't get it. We're in prison. They've already declared us guilty. There is no defense. You will be guilty when they call for you. And you can just see his face lose all of his excitement. And at that moment, the gates open and the guards come for him. It is his time to be put on trial. And as they drag him She had been changed because this man had the audacity to see her, who she really was inside and who she could become. Now today, the Sunday before Epiphany, we hear about the wise men. The word epiphany, right, is the Greek word that means revelation. Something is illuminated, something is now made clear. And so these wise men see this star and they know that something new is happening. And so they travel. They travel with gifts that not a child would need. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. No, these are gifts of affluence. And it takes them 2 years to get there, which means they have to come from money. And so it is the affluent that comes to these poor peasants and says, yes, we see who you are, and we know what you will become. Now Herod, of course, didn't like this very much. He was one of the most powerful people in all of Israel. He had armies, he had forces beyond anyone's imagination, and he could wipe you out in a heartbeat. And yet his power was being challenged by a child. He was afraid of a child. And why was he afraid? Because he did not want his power taken away. And he couldn't see the world any differently because he didn't want to see the world any differently. He wanted it exactly the way it is. He had built it, he was in charge, and that's how it was going to be. But think about it. Are we also not afraid? Most of us are probably afraid of the unknown. The unknown is probably one of the scariest things there is out there. Maybe we're afraid of losing what we've worked for. We worked so hard for something. But we're also afraid of all kinds of things. Think about it. In the Bible, the words, do not fear. Yeah, it's easy for the Bible to say it. We see how it came out. The shepherds, the angel said to the shepherds on the hill, do not fear, for behold, a child is born in Bethlehem, the Christ child. The shepherds had everything to be fearful of. Do not fear, for God's love is never ending. The phrase, do not fear, is one of the most common phrases throughout the entire Bible. And yet, we fear. We fear the unknown. We fear what we are possibly capable of doing. So I ask you, what is being illuminated? What is being made clear for you this Epiphany, this new year? Are you willing to see things differently in your world? Are you willing to see yourself differently? Or are you going to stay stuck in the same old, and hope something new changes? Well, one of the most famous songs that came out of the movie Man of La Mancha is called The Impossible Dream. So I want you to hear the words. They're going to be up here. Hear the words of just the first verse. To dream the impossible dream. To fight the unbeatable foe. To bear with unbearable sorrow. To run where the brave dare not go. To right the unrighted wrong. To love pure and chaste from afar. To try when your arms are too weary. To reach for the unreachable star. Don Quixote saw the world differently. Christ saw the world differently, and it changed everyone who was around him. So dare to dream, dare to see yourself different. God dared to dream, and the world was never